Angelos Postecoglou. Because I got chocolate residue.
Lucky boy.
I'm Big Sam.
Hey, little Sam.
Seconds.
Yuck.
Melbourne.
How
old is he?
Oh yeah, these are the crucial details.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm Sam.
There it is.
And I'm Sam. Do you have stuff lined up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Big Ange.
You know shit.
Today we're talking about Ange. Oh man, and today with me I've got...
Sam. No, I don't know what to say.
Ange Postecoglou. He's just signed for Tottenham Hotspur, having left Celtic. They've just won the treble there in Scotland. Quite a step up in the world, you might say. You might not. He's moved to Tottenham, which he feels is a progressive move. I would feel the same. However, it seems that there's some people who think that it's not a progressive move. He's had to give up Champions League football with Celtic, who have won the league and qualified for the Champions League, whereas Tottenham have failed to do that this season. It didn't really cross my mind. I thought it was quite an obvious move. You see, like Brendan Rodgers came over from Scotland. He's gone from Celtic to Leicester. Gerrard went from Rangers to Villa. For someone to end up at Tottenham is probably the biggest move of them all. So yeah, it seemed pretty straightforward to me, but I guess what would you value? Do you think, is Champions League more valuable, or do you think as a manager going into Tottenham, you've got bigger budgets, you're now in the Premier League, it's a much more competitive league, you've got better players, you've got arguably England's maybe best ever player, some people would deem that to be Harry Kane. He's got the most goals for England, arguably the best ever striker. He's on track to reach most goals in the Premier League, to overtake Alan Shearer there, but yeah, do you think that's a progressive move for him then?
Yeah, I'm same as you. When I heard it, I was like, this is nuts, like this is so good, especially being Australian, like...
Oh, that too.
I feel like generally, like, Australia's a bit of a forgotten country. Like, we don't get as much recognition when it comes to sport or just like pretty much anything. I feel like we don't get much recognition. Like, obviously, an English-speaking country, we're pretty like progressive, but I feel like a lot of places just like forget about us, you know?
No, I guess it's a good point. I guess over the last few years, there's only been like 2 Australians in the Premier League, of very recent being Matt Ryan and Aaron Moy.
Yeah.
And now I don't think there's any Australian. Oh, sorry, there's Harry Souters there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's the first Australian manager to be in the Premier League.
I feel like any international achievement by an Australian, we're just so proud. We just froth it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's big news for Australia. It's good to get someone on the map. Obviously, the Premier League must be the most prestigious league in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Certainly the biggest money, biggest audience. Yeah, but it's just interesting today. It was kind of brought up or raised with me that, you know, he's gone from Celtic, which a lot of Scottish fans will say teams like Celtic and Rangers are massive clubs. They could compete in the Premier League, and maybe, you know, obviously there's a huge gulf in budgets there and players, but it definitely seems like a big promotion for me when he's going from probably the Scottish League to any Premier League team, because all those guys in there, there's the teams down the bottom of the Premier League are spending over 100 million on transfers. You know, they can go out and they've got a lot more at their feet, the facilities, things like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think once you're in Premier League manager position, those managers get thrown around to all sorts of clubs. Like, surely once he's like, especially if he has success at Tottenham, like he could go anywhere.
So he's like kind of got his foot in the door there,
100%.
To like elite level. Like it could be there, and that could be maybe even a bigger club. You might talking like Barcelona, PSG, these kind of guys. It's a fair point. Like there's a lot of managers, even like Pochettino, he came in, didn't do too much autonomy, did get them to the Champions League final, but from there he's already gone to PSG, and he's, you know, already a name that can be linked with any club in the world. And now Ange has kind of built his way up, gone from Celtic up to Tottenham now. I think once you've ticked off Tottenham, we've seen like Conte go there recently, Mourinho, a lot of top managers. So that's certainly put him in a good step.
And Tottenham being a big club, like usually they're in the top 6. Like he could like have started at a low table club, might have less potential for success there because of the money, the players that he might have to utilise. But he's gone straight to Tottenham, which I think is pretty impressive.
Club. Yeah, top 6.
Yeah.
Top 6 club. Like I said, you've seen people go from there to like Leicester and Villa. Tottenham is certainly, I mean, those clubs are big as well, but Tottenham, at least talking like level of football, like where they're expecting to finish every season, the amount of money they're going to spend, their stadium is arguably one of the best in Europe. The facilities they have there are certainly pretty good. It's just the only thing about Champions League, like where does that rank?
How well do you think Celtic are doing in the Champions League? Like if you've got the opportunity to go to Tottenham, we've got world-class players, like massive budget. The potential for success is so much more. Like they're not going to be in Champions League next season, but Imagine if he does get success and they make the Champions League in the next round. It would just be nuts. Like, I feel like he couldn't pass up the opportunity. Like, realistically, would he have had much success in the Champions League with Celtic?
Well, we've seen both Celtic and Rangers in the campaign just gone in the Champions League. You know, the 12 games that both teams played combined, neither got a win.
Yeah.
So in terms of Scottish football amongst Europe, you know, they're not doing too well. Obviously, Tottenham haven't qualified now, but they're certainly looking to build. And every year you get that argument where it's like, do you rather top 4 and you get the Champions League, or do you rather a trophy? And it's almost at a stage where a lot of people do value Champions League because you're playing in competitive matches. For clubs, there's a lot of revenue to be had there. And a lot of fans just want to see your team playing against the biggest teams. Obviously, you're not going to win every game, but just to be competing in the same competition, getting on the same pitch as those guys, sometimes that's enough. You know, the Champions League night's very special, but, you know, we saw Liverpool go and play Rangers, who won the league not too long ago, went invincible actually, and Liverpool's over the 2 legs beat them 9-1, I think. There was even a 7-1 win at Ibrox. I know Celtic's not Rangers, and it was Celtic who's won the league and the better team this season, but in terms of like football alone, we saw Joe Hart at Tottenham couldn't get a game. I think he was like 3rd choice goalkeeper, and then he's gone over to Celtic, and then he's a regular starter. He's the first team keeper, and you've seen that a lot. There's a lot of Liverpool youth players that Gerrard took over. They're nowhere near breaking into the Liverpool squad, but they can go in and get first team football in Scotland.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it shows the difference in the leagues. Club size, everyone knows Celtic and Rangers are massive. They've got huge fan bases around the world, but it's the Premier League. You know, that is the big stage in football. It's almost the Premier League versus the Champions League. If you can play in the Premier League every week versus 6 games in the Champions League where you get flogged, what would you choose there?
Yeah, good point.
That's what I would think. I don't know about you.
Yep. How do you reckon he's going to go?
Yeah, good question. I mean, Tottenham as a whole, I mean, it's an easier prediction to say top 6. They obviously fell outside of that this season just gone. They had a pretty poor season. Harry Kane had a lot of goals there, which earned them a lot of points, and there's rumours he's going to be leaving. I saw this stat saying about, you know, if you took away all his goals, like Tottenham would have got X amount of points and potentially get relegated with things like that.
Yeah, Son didn't have a good season.
Nah, they had a few. I don't think he was fit all season.
Nah, he was
injuries.
just not contributing.
Yeah, they obviously lost their manager midway through.
Yeah.
Didn't even appoint. Like, they gave Ryan Mason, the interim manager, quite a few games. Normally, you know, they might sit out the last 4 or however many, but they probably, I don't know, it was almost like they were desperate to get rid of Conte, and then they gave the interim manager probably a lot more games than I would have expected for an interim manager. Normally, with that amount of games, you probably want to get them in and have someone in mind before you sack your current manager.
Yeah.
So it seems a bit of an impulse reaction. You know, obviously it's quite early days. You know, we need to see who they sign.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talks about Ange bringing a few players that he's worked with at Celtic across. Already for those players, it's going to be a big jump again for them to go from playing Scottish Prem to like English Prem. But no, it's probably a bit too early to call it. You probably want to see a few preseason games and see how the squad changes. Whether Harry Kane stays or not is definitely a big factor too.
Yeah, and one of those preseason games is going to be played right here.
Oh yeah, true. They're playing, I think potentially Ange's first game as
Yeah,
Tottenham
might be,
manager
actually.
is going to be in Australia against Perth Glory.
Oh,
Might have to go watch that, eh?
yeah, probably would, eh? What a treat.
Yeah, you got a few Prem clubs going. Got West Ham coming as well. I saw that on the news actually. It was kind of a coincidence. He signs for an English club and straight back to Australia.
Yeah.
The kind of irony of it. Yeah, any predictions you want to put down early?
Oh, you'd like to say he would, like, you want him to do well.
It's almost
But-
as an Australian, you almost feel like it's like your second team now. Or not really like second team, but for him, you kind of want him to do well. Like we've stood there and he's coached the national team and you're wanting...
Yeah, I remember him like coaching, Australia and
Yeah.
World Cup and stuff. But now that obviously like Australia's doesn't usually produce very high quality world class players. So now that he's got that and he's got money, I'm hoping he does well.
It's always a big test. You see, Gerrard won the league with Rangers, and then probably overall
that's a good
he was quite
comparison.
He was quite a failure at Villa.
But you'd say Ange has a good long history of coaching.
Yeah, I think, and even like what he says in
And what he did with the Australian national team was like pretty impressive.
Yeah, you have to say they overachieved
Yeah.
for where they got to.
But the league, the most competitive league in the world, I'm hoping he can cope.
Oh, me too. Yeah, you hope he does well.
Yeah.
And I've got no qualms with Tottenham myself as a Liverpool fan.
Yeah. I don't mind Tottenham.
Well, they helped us win the Champions League.
Yeah, true.
Gave us that penalty early doors.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully he does well then. Is that all you'd like to say?
There's no fixtures out yet, is there?
For next season? No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, the preseason game is good, which was a good point to raise.
All right, what's your prediction for Tottenham next season? Where are they finishing?
Didn't you just ask me that?
No, we didn't say where they're finishing.
You certainly did.
We said how well as...
I said it'll be...
No. Listen. I asked you how well do you think he's going to go with the team, but we're putting in predictions now. Where are they finishing on the table?
You asked me that
You
because
haven't said, given me an answer.
It would be a safe prediction to say top 6, although they didn't finish top 6.
No, I want a
Didn't just
specific
go on.
answer, and we can check back later. That's what I'm trying to do here.
Okay. The biggest thing is, right, City, top 4, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Arsenal, will they back that up?
They had a poor back half of the season.
Yeah, so maybe a bit wobbly. Was that a one-off?
There's a few teams that were like City, and then the rest. Like where they all finish.
Yeah. Liverpool had a poor
It's so
season.
competitive. It's become more and more competitive, the Prem.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's great.
United, will they finish up there?
United, I feel like we're a little bit more consistent than the other teams.
Who's the safe top 4 that everyone will say top 4 then? I feel City, United, Liverpool. What about Chelsea?
Nah, they're in shambles.
Do you reckon after pre-season they're going to sign another 100 players, spend
What?
$1 billion?
Well, it just shows you like it doesn't work. So what's their next option to
What
get
do
back
they do?
into form?
Sell players.
Yeah, get some money back. Maybe they play better knowing they've got cash
Money
in the bank. You got to go City, United. We'll throw Arsenal in there because like they did have a good season and they got good players in form. They just had a shocking run of games towards the back end of that season.
I'd have to back Liverpool.
We'll chuck Liverpool in there for you. Go on.
I think it was a one-off. They obviously had a few...
Yeah. They're still in good form. They just dropped a few weird games, I thought.
And
Individually the players weren't really performing as well as previous
The issue
seasons.
is they're playing Europa League now, so they're playing Thursdays, which tends to hinder league form. But today,
I'm going to say Tottenham finishing
6th.
I was going to say 6th.
Well, let's both say it.
Let's say it together.
6th.
Very nice.
That was terrible.
Oh well.
Wait, I said it. Wait, say it again.
6th.
I don't say it like that.
How do you say it?
6th.
6th.
6.
How do you spell it?
SIXTH.
It's not SIKTH, is it? That's how you're saying it. 6th.
So you say?
You're saying sick.
No, I'm saying
I'm saying 6, like 6.
6th.
And then
6th.
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 I don't say that.
You say 6th.
Yeah.
So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sick.
Nah.
Those first 5 numbers are sick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sick. Oh, cringe. Yeah. So
At the same time. And then we said different
no, that
numbers.
was cute.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I said 6th.
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 Locking in 6th then.
I'll lock in 6th.
Yeah, that's sick.
All
Alright, done deal.
Done deal. That's been our predictions. I've been Ant.
I've been Sam.
And this has been Red Mate. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next time.
Nice lightsabers, by the way. We should use them one day in a battle.